Hi everybody, it's me Lady C, your hostess, and welcome back to my channel where I basically talk about music, movies, relationships, and all the drama that comes along with that. So if you like that sort of content, please like, share, and subscribe my video and stay tuned for so much more. So today we are talking about a film. I am actually so nervous to come on here and talk about it because it's such a taboo subject, but it's a 2020 notable film called Athlete A. It's a film that exposes the toxic world of the USA gymnastics and the truth about Dr. Larry Nassar. So please sit back and let's get right into it. So, in my opinion, the film itself barely scratched the surface of what actually transpired here. So, let's get into it. Um, Everyone was basically surprised when Simone Biles withdrew from the 2020 Olympics for mental health reasons. Specifically, she had the twisties, which is when she's doing all her flips in the air, she loses focus of where she is, and that's due to high stress. But what was causing her high stress? Let's get into it. So, the movie shared the abusive training that these gymnasts have been going through since the 1980s. Um, so these little girls would go to camp and they couldn't even talk to their parents. Some parents came on the film and they were like, yeah, we would send our daughter to the ranch and we wouldn't hear from her for like a couple of weeks. I guess in your head that would make sense, right? Okay, you're a gymnast and you want to send your daughter to go away so that she can concentrate, but nowadays when you think about it, I have a daughter now. She's 6 years old. I couldn't see myself sending her to an overnight camp and then I'm not able to call her the next day. Like, I don't even think her dad would allow that either. Like, you're not allowed to call, you're not allowed to email, she's not allowed to call. I get it, they're busy, they're gymnasts, they're focusing, but yeah, you just don't know who is who, obviously, right? And I feel bad for these parents because they had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. Like, they're just innocent bystanders in all of this, right? So, and a lot of things could happen at that camp, like eating disorders, depression, fatal injuries. And wouldn't you want to know where your child is? Like, it's already bugging me that the school that my child attends, they don't even let the parents in. I couldn't even see her Christmas play. And I got like envious of other parents who are they're posting their child's Christmas play on and Christmas concerts like on Facebook. And I was like, wow, you actually got to be there and sit down and clap for your kid and be there at the concert. I didn't get the luxury of doing that because, well, I was told that there would be no room in the gym, which is bullshit. But it's just like we're living in a post Sandy Hook, post 9/11 world, post school shootings world. So yeah, my child's school, it's always locked up. The doors are always locked, and but they go even further to like the point where the parents can't even come and enjoy their kids' Christmas concerts. Like, they will film it and send it to us rather than have us in the gymnasium. So that alone irritates me. So I couldn't even imagine how these parents felt sending their child off to a nice training camp to get trained. I mean, I guess they felt proud. They felt like, okay, their kid is going to become an Olympian one day. That's their whole goal. So they need absolute concentration. But they had no idea who was behind the scenes, Mr. Nassar. So, a little bit of background. Dr. Larry Nassar is a serial child rapist, basically from 1996 to 2014. He's been getting away with it for decades, and it's disgusting. For a decade at least. So, he got sentenced in the year 2018, the best year. That was the year my daughter was born. It was the year Dr. Larry Nassar was put away for life. What a great year. So, he was basically arrested for sexually assaulting 265 million women and girls, and who knows how many more that didn't come forward. And yeah, so the judge gave him 3 consecutive 20 years, which is 60 years altogether, for child pornography. Now, excuse me, but what the fuck? Like, I don't even remember seeing that in the movie. I think they were just talking about the gymnasts. So that was for that. And then for the sexual assaulting of all these women and girls, he got 40 to 175 years, because he pled guilty in the Michigan State Prison, which is basically giving him life with no parole. Sorry, you deserve that. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, basically back in 2015, Maggie Nichols, which is an Olympus, she was speaking to one of her teammates about the weird treatment she was getting from Dr. Larry Nassar, and her coach, Sarah Jancy, overheard her. All right, that was in 2015. In 2016, the USA Gymnastics totally cut ties with this guy. So good. He was out of work. So Michaela Mulrooney, she's another gymnast, went on Twitter with the hashtag #MeToo, to say that he repeatedly molested her from 2008. She was only 13. Like, Jesus. That's so young to be going through that trauma. And I don't even think any amount of money or anything could heal that. These women will always forever have to live with this and what this monster did to them and their families. So I think it's funny. Her attorney brilliantly calls him, the pedophile doctor. So that's like his nickname. Okay. So what was really sickening to me now is that these four Olympians, Michaela Mulrooney, Simone Biles, Maggie Nichols, and Aly Raisman, they all testified before the US Senate about the mishandling of the situation by FBI agents. FBI! People who are supposed to protect us. Like, who else would you go to about this? Okay? Mulrooney says that she was met with silence after explaining in extreme detail what happened to her. And, she definitely criticized Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco for not appearing at the hearing. And you know what? To be honest, I criticize her too. You are a woman and you are in high power. You're supposed to be protecting these little girls. Like, you're supposed to be their protection, you know? So yeah. Aly Raisman, she testified saying that the FBI made her feel like her abuse didn't count. And she basically said it was like serving innocent children up to a pedophile on a silver platter. Like, how disgusting is that, right? But anyways, the director of the FBI, Christopher A. Wray, testified how he was deeply and profoundly sorry that the FBI has let these women down over and over again. So good for you. Thanks for the apology. But yeah, about 13 of Larry Nassar's victims filed a lawsuit against the FBI for negligence. Good for you. And guess what? They settled at $138.7 million. Should have been $200 million. But anyway. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed the film because it brought light to why Simone Biles took a break at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Myself and a whole bunch of other bandwagoners were thinking, how come she gets to take a break? Like, there's so many other Olympians, and this is like unheard of, like an Olympic champion taking a break. Like, I totally judged her, and I totally regret judging her because I didn't know what the hell was going on in the background. I didn't even know who the hell Dr. Dr. Larry Nassar was. I didn't even know who he was. And that I didn't realize how much of a sicko he was. Like, so listen to the aftermath. So he went to jail, USP Tucson. Sorry, I'm Canadian. I don't know how to pronounce these names. But, and as soon as he got to jail, he was immediately assaulted. He was stabbed 10 times, had a collapsed lung, fell to the floor to the point where the guards had to resuscitate him. Like, why? Why would you even resuscitate him? Just leave him there to die. He deserves to die. Like, sorry. I know he has 2 daughters, which makes this even more sickening because it was like he was using his daughters to groom the girls. Like, he just had this whole strategy, and he's been doing it for a decade, right? Anyways, so he got his license revoked, as he should have, and the entire 18-member board of the USA Gymnastics, including President and CEO Steve Penny, tendered their resignations because they probably felt so sick to their stomach how they allowed this pedophile doctor to do this for years and years. All of these innocent girls ranging from 8 to 18, ranging from 8 to 18. It's disgusting. So the MSU, which is the Michigan State University, paid a total of $500 million out to 332 victims, which is the largest amount in history settled by a university for a sexual abuse case. Sorry. And in the end, 140 of them plus victims went up on stage to receive an Arthur Ashe Award for courage, which is so great for them. I'm so happy that they received that award, because for years it seems like a lot of these girls and women were afraid and were silenced. And I'm so happy that, everything in the darkness just comes to light. And yeah, I just pray for all of the victims that have gone through this. And I actually peeped in at one of the hearings on YouTube. I wanted to see, the hearings. And I actually cried. I was bawling. Like, some of these stories are ridiculously heartbreaking. Like, this one mom, she came to the podium and she had stated that she adopted a little girl, put her in gymnastics, and had no idea this stuff was going on. The little girl dropped out. She was doing drugs, went with a bad crowd, and eventually killed herself. So that was really heartbreaking to hear. And there was another story about a girl who said that her father was basically best friends with Dr. Larry Nassar, and that when she came forward, her parents did not really believe her. They would not give it the time of day. And then when everything came to the light, the dad was so disgusted with himself that he unalived himself as well. And it's just like, wow, this one monster had such a major impact on so many families. That's why I care not when I say rot under the jailhouse, because you affected so many people in this heinous act that you liked to do over and over again. So in the film, actually, it showed us a little bit of exactly what he was doing. Like, his back would be turned to the parent, and then he would stick a couple of his digits in the little girl's vagina or their anus, and he would basically say that these are pressure points to relieve the pressure, to relieve the pain that they're feeling on their spine or wherever they were feeling that day. And it's like, wow, I don't even know what I would do if I was in that position. If anyone harmed my daughter like that, I would definitely be in jail. Definitely. And her dad would too. Like, I don't think people would tolerate that in this day and age. But you know what? I do not pass judgment on the parents. You only do your best as a parent. We're not given manuals on how to raise a child, or, like, different situations come up and you just do the best that you can as a parent. So thank you to all those parents out there who have been through this tragedy and, did the best that they could with their little girls. And I'm just so pleased that the victims can move on with their lives. I mean, this trauma will impact them forever, and they could never forget what he did to them. But at least in the end, it's over. The monster's in jail and he cannot harm anyone anymore, any longer. So I hope you like that review. I guess I give it like a 7 out of a 10. I just wish they, I don't know, went more in depth with, all that has transpired, and, the court hearings and stuff like that. But it was intriguing to find out some information about the ranches, and, how you couldn't talk to your child and stuff like that. I didn't even know that stuff was happening. Nobody knew. That was what was so scary about this film and about this taboo topic. I was actually so nervous to come on here and speak about this topic. This is my second time recording it, because I felt like I was just stumbling over my words the first time I recorded it, and I was probably stumbling over my words this time too. But such a icky taboo topic. But you know what? It needs to be spoken up about. And if you, as a woman or a girl, are experiencing any type of harassment, you need to tell. You need to tattletale. You need to tell. You need to inform someone, especially someone who will believe you, because we matter too. And I forget which Olympian said this, but she came up to the podium and said, little girls grow up to be strong women. So you don't forget that. And she said, like, he will never speak to a woman again and talk to girls again. He's going to be in jail, rotting under the jailhouse, So, yeah, no sympathy from me to him. But anyways, Thank you so much for sitting tight and watching this entire video. This was my first taboo topic, and I hope I did a good job relaying the information to you. If you like talking about relationships, music, movies, and all of the drama that comes along with it, stay tuned because I got a whole lot more where that came from. Bye for now.